yes, as I mentioned earlier, we will be talking with members of the rugby club.
Christine!
I had it wrong earlier on and they corrected me. So I'm going to introduce these gentlemen and they would give you the correct information. So I have with me Coach Peter George Bacchus and David, Jamel, David,
Ross Navarro.
not Ross Navarro. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. So give me the correct.
We are the Trinidad and Tobago National Under-19 team, and our association is the Trinidad and Tobago Rugby Football Union.
Football
TTRFU.
Union. Okay. See, I associate football with football. All right, but I get that. Let me just get some background information though on the club. When was the association formed, basically?
Oh, well, the TTRFU has been formed for many years. It was formed since, I think, in the 1960s, as the association. I mean, we are the under-19 team that is in a tournament, that is a Nacra, which is a North American and Caribbean Rugby Association,
right,
which is Nacra. And every year there is a tournament, a regional tournament, consisting from different islands around the area, So there's Mexico. In this year's tournament, we have Mexico, South USA, Barbados, Cayman Islands, and Jamaica, with a second tier of Turks and Caicos, Bermuda, St. Vincent, and DVI.
And these are the countries that will be a part of the under-19.
Yes, this will be a part of the under-19 tournament from the 12th to the 19th of July.
And how many clubs in terms of rugby? I mean, as I was saying to the guys earlier, you hear a lot about football clubs in Trinidad, but is rugby a well-recognized, would you say it's a well-recognized sport at this time in Trinidad?
I'd say it's a well-recognized sport within the fraternity itself. Not that many people outside would know the rules or they realize, but within the fraternity, I think there are 12 teams the same. Between 12 teams.
12 teams locally?
12 teams locally in the first division.
Okay.
And it's been going on for a very long time. They have some well-recognized teams and some good quality rugby players have come out of here and gone foreign overseas play and European rugby and such. But so it's pretty well recognized, but mostly within its own family.
I like the way you said European because I was just doing some reading and that's why I can get to know more about rugby. So can you just tell us, the viewers, what is the difference, even if it's the same? I know there's the Australian rules and then there's the Six Nation Cup. Is it different from what we have here?
Yes, there are three types of rugby. There is union, there is league, and then there's the Aussie rules. Now, Aussie rules is predominantly based in Australian rules. So when you see they put the ball down and they jump and they look kind of wild.
They play it anywhere else.
Yeah, so hence why, that's just Aussie rules. Now, league and union are kind of the same, but just different. League is the pitch is set up like American football, there are lines and everything, where you just see, and they don't really make the hit tackles, it's just more hit, go down, get back up, get back, As in union, it's more of a game play that everybody kind of associates with.
Okay, and just going back a bit, I know you said it is recognized here. What is the, I know you have youth development programs. How has that been going and what is the reaction or the exposure like?
Well, I was actually part of, I think, the first youth team to go on tour for the schoolboys, which was probably one of the best developmental experiences in my rugby life so far. Well, we went to Barbados and I know that a few teams have been training, say, under 14 teams, under 17 teams. And those are the players that are coming up now that we see popping up in the under-19 division. And once you pick them up from young, and as in any sport, I'm sure you've heard this many times, that once you pick them up from young, you spot the talent and you have them involved in the game and learning. By the time you get to a competitive level, under-19 and senior level, then you'll have a good team at the end of a few years.
What is the process like, though, to be like? Do I wake up and decide I can play rugby?
I mean, a lot of people are misinformed in rugby in Trinidad and Tobago. They always think it's for big players and all thing, but anybody can play. We have women, we have underage, there's tag, there's league, there is you know, there's so many different kinds. There's sevens, you know, of which Trinidad has you know, represented twice in the Commonwealth Games already, and they're going again. You know, which is true. I mean, at one point Trinidad was rated seventh in the world in rugby sevens, but nobody knows that. You know, Trinidad and Tobago 15 teams was actually the highest, one of the highest ranked team sport in Trinidad and Tobago in their divisions kind of thing. You know, but you know, it's a sport that is not well known, you know, in the country. But you know, as you go out, I mean, we have players that play, you know, born in Trinidad, you know, and have represented, you know, the likes in England and, you know, different things at the highest level, you know, which are they're fully Trinidad, you know. But you know, it's something that doesn't get it, because I think in the past, you know, because it's a sport that came from expats, you know, it was kind of labeled as a white man's sport, and you know, it wasn't there, you know, it wasn't the grassroots like it happens that, you know, that it had with football, because you know, I think in Trinidad, you know, we assess football with Brazil, you know, because it's the closest everybody knows, you know, kind of thing. But you know, rugby is just sort of, you know, it was like a lot of white people playing it, and which is not the case, you know. And it's kind of sad. But now that, you know, with the exposure of stations, you know, and you see it a lot more, you know, there are a lot of people that can, I mean, you know, with rugby. For the US, I mean, they had a fellow on the 7th circuit, you know, and he only played the game probably about for 6 weeks.
Wow.
You know, and he was one of the top 40 sprinters, you know, so he wouldn't make the sprinting Olympic team, you know, but you know, all of a sudden 6 weeks into rugby, phenomenal player worldwide, you know, so
I want to talk some more about that, but we're going to take a short break and we will be back talking some more on rugby.